Good morning, Lufkin Central and online worship community. Jason Hollinger here, the preaching and community minister, and our Tuesday Jesus and Coffee. We're going to be in Hosea chapter 3. Now, I don't know how often you have read the book of Hosea, and especially chapter 3, but it really is a difficult chapter, but an important one and an important message and important reminder to the choices that we make and who it is that we give our attention to. And it speaks to accountability. It speaks to the promise and the love of God, and that even in the state that we may find ourselves in, when we find ourselves in a season of looking away from God, that He still holds that promise there for us if we'll turn back to Him. So let's uh, let's read Hosea chapter 3. Hosea chapter 3 says, Then the Lord said to me again, Go show your love to a woman loved by someone else who has been unfaithful to you. In the same way, the Lord loves the people of Israel, even though they worship other gods and love to eat raisin cakes. So I bought her for 6 ounces of silver and 10 bushels of barley. Then I told her, You must wait for me for many days. You must not be a prostitute. You must not have sexual relations with any other man. I will act the same way toward you. In the same way, Israel will live many days without a king or leader, without sacrifices or holy stone pillars, without the holy vest or an idol. After this, the people of Israel will return to the Lord their God and follow Him and the King from David's family. In the last days, they will turn in fear to the Lord, and He will bless them. You see what I what I take away from this passage, and again, as usual, we read a little bit, we issue a challenge, and send you on your way throughout the day. But what I take away from this passage is, sometimes we can be so caught up in something and just so lost in it that we don't even realize what's happening. And listen, this can be something good, this could be something bad. It doesn't matter. It's we can become so focused and just have so much tunnel vision, everything happening around us, that we're missing what's happening before us. And so often, in even with our kids, Charlotte's favorite word is sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, one of the things I try to teach her, is okay. Thank you for saying that you're sorry, but there's still some accountability that comes with the action. Sometimes it's grace, mercy, forgiveness. Hey, what's done is done. Sometimes there's a punishment that comes. Sometimes it's you know uh, go to bed early. You lose this privilege, lose that privilege, all these kind of things. But there's accountability that happens with it. But ultimately, there's this reminder that I let her know. I say, listen, even in spite of all this, that Daddy still loves you. And when I think about that, I sit back and if I have this conversation with somebody about this, as I've had it before, I say, gee, I wonder where we learned that behavior. Not the behavior that needed to be punished or all those things, but wonder where we learned the behavior to respond to those moments as a parent. Think it might have come from something like this. We look at this. We are image bearers, right? We're made in the image of God. We learn to love because God first loved us. We learn to forgive because God forgave us. We've learned everything that we are is based off of everything that He is. So when we think about this, We are who we are because God is who He is. He is our model. He is our example. He is our compass. So here's your challenge for today. How can you model the love, the grace, the mercy, the accountability of God in a way that brings God glory and is done ultimately to bring His people back to Him, to draw His people back to Him? How can we model Jesus in such a way that even in no matter the state of lostness someone may find themselves in, that the way that you conduct yourself reminds them that there's a God that still loves them. And He doesn't look on who they are right now, but who they can be when they just surrender to Him. Man, I can't wait to see how it works out. I love watching these moments develop. In over 20 years of ministry, I've seen the ups and downs. I've seen people come and people go, but there is no greater joy that I have in my life than see someone either for the first time put their life in His hands or return to Him. Let's bring more of that joy back. Y'all have a great day. God bless.